Good morning, Zodiac. Using the Illuminated Tarot, ethereal deck. That shows up, I hope, a little bit better. And here we are at the 17th of August. And this is I'm trying to do something different here. It's a little bit of a personal read too. I like to include myself, just go along with the collective every day. I'm still banging the theme of the 8-8. I mean, it's still for me a feeling of really something happened. And one of the things I always feel like things are happening to me, it's just in my astrology. I think that's kind of the dominant or submissive nature. And dominant people tend to think the world is there for them to do something. And submissive people tend to think the world's there to do something to them. And so that's one of the big transitions, is knowing that, I'm here to do something, and I'm not just like a victim, and I'm not at the whims of the bad government and deep state and whatever you want to call it, reptilian bastards, and just smile, because it kills them. It kills them when you smile. The reptilians, we just all smile at once, they'd all just vanish. But you see on the Ethereal Visions deck, the High Priestess. And it's been a week since I wake up with something every day, and I woke up with, I haven't seen the High Priestess in a while, thinking about that, before I lifted my head off the pillow. And I've done quite a few readings, and some personal readings. I have yet to see the High Priestess come up. I did like 9-card reading, 12-card reading with some clarifiers, and the High Priestess. When this happens, it's clearly a message to me. I mean, it's not even a question, right? Well, the question is, what's the message? And I think I get it. I don't know how much I want to go into it, but, being called up, really, it's kind of like the Judgment card. And not really, kind of refusing to pay attention to my guides, lack of a better word. I think I've always been kind of reticent to step up to the plate, but I'm just going with how it feels, and if it doesn't feel right, and I don't care who it is or what it is, I'm gonna go with my feelings. So here we are on the 17th. Let's see what we got. I'll do a 4-card draw like I usually do, and this is where we're at in terms of love, relationships, love energy. And it's an interesting 2 of Swords, Ethereal Visions deck is so different than what I'm used to. He's up in a tower. This is a 2 of Swords. He's not even on the ground. There's no trail in front of him. He has a little backpack. That kind of bothers me. I haven't been a backpacker all my life, So it's a 2 of Wands energy for real, but it's a little bit, and look, also he's looking away from the reading. I always watch that. This is where we're at. So, is it kind of what I was just talking about? I'm not trying to force it, but it's knowing you gotta make a decision. I know what it is. The decision is do as you will, and I will 100% accept, that's what I'm having trouble with, but isn't that it? It's like, you have to make a decision, but you're not even quite walking up to it yet. It's like you're just kind of turning away, and you're kind of looking off and trying to get an idea. Like, it's an energy of not wanting to deal with something. Ones are actions, not wanting to take action to deal with something. See, I get it. For me, I can relate. There's always going to be a challenge, We're going up the mountain, and all on many paths to the mountaintop, as there are climbers, be that as it may, there's going to be a tree down here and there, and you may even stop and want to visit with somebody, and maybe fall in love and get married, and then eventually keep climbing. But yeah, some kind of delay. We're not buying it. Wow. And okay, advice from Spirit. Spirit's going to talk right to me in these readings, so it's not really a challenge. I know there's other people out there that are in my soul family. It's as simple as that. And you're going to tend to relate to whether the way Sagittarius readings are going to tend to relate for all Sagittarius. Isn't it odd? It doesn't really relate for all. It relates to the ones that watch that reading. That's the key with readings. That's when we have free will. Watch, don't watch. It doesn't resonate if we don't watch. But if we do watch, I think very most likely there's going to be something there, because we're meant to do it, guys. So, Three of Pentacles, and then again, in the Ethereal Visions deck, it really emphasizes, instead of the worker card, which I love this card, and the other decks, the good worker, the craftsman, the artisan, and then, that comes with it. It's very grounded in, it's very positive energy, but this really emphasizes cooperation. So in the number 2 position of what's crossing us, that means like it's kind of relate to this too. There's been talk about collaboration, and I'm like, no. I want to do my own thing. I've lived for other people my whole life, and and I don't mind doing that now. I love it, and all of that, but I just kind of want something that's mine, and I don't want to. But here comes the universe, and we're kind of like, I don't know, not really, kind of in a stall here. I'm trying to sort of ignore. I know you're over there, universe. I'm going to look over this way, like I'll pretend you're not there. And it's saying like you gotta not only do the work, but collaborative work. Join the fight, maybe, because this is what's in our crossing position now. Now some advice from Spirit. Queen of Swords. Okay, I'm kind of laughing because the Queen of Swords, it's a tough bitch that I'm not. Sagittarius here, 4 plants, Sag, and just soft energy. But this is advice from Spirit, and I'm going to title this Get Into the Game. I didn't put my little notebook over here, but I'll try to actually remember that for a few minutes until I work on it. So for the 17th, it's going to be Get in the Game. And this is advice from Spirit. I've had someone kind of say this to me, and they kind of are the Queen of Wands. So yeah, it could be air. It could be air energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. But it's the energy of being very clear and very firm, and setting. You set boundaries so perfectly, so commandingly, that it's the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. They're the kind of person, like, they probably could just give you a look and you would just stop, not talk to them. You would, most people, unless you're really dominant, you'd probably be like, just by this look, very, very firm. Again, look at this card though with the Ethereal Tarot deck. They're soft cards. It's a soft deck. And for the Queen of Swords, she looks pretty dreamy there, doesn't she? It looks like she'd be the Queen of Cups or something, no? There she is, our advice. And it's almost, look at her, I get she's thinking, and I just heard Spirit say, really sincerely, this is really sincere, Spirit said, just think about it. It's like Spirit just said, like, I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm not asking you to take an action. Do what you wanna, right? I'm just asking you, maybe seriously think about it, like nuts and bolts think about it. What's good and bad, make a list. I don't know, just like consider it, I think that's what that is. It's a nice message, I mean, the way they said it, it's kind of like they're just trying to reason with us, It's like, come on, just seriously consider it. That's all I'm asking, just seriously consider it. It's surely not a game. And now I saw it, so I'm going to bring in the 6 of Wands, the bottom of the deck. We're going to have victory. I mean, there's no doubt. It's not like there's no fear. There's only love. We're going to have victory, and that's what that is as the overall energy. So make no mistake, there's no victim here. We're here on a journey. There's no failure. There's a scientific experiment or positive and negative confirmation. That's what the 6 of Wands is saying. It's kind of some ultimate reassurance. So, this is a message from spirit guides, from source, how you want to look at it. It's very clear to me. This message is very clear today. I feel like they're just sitting right here talking to me, like just, and it's not stern. It's just kind of like the way I talk to myself, just like your best friend. Like, that really gets you. Like, so really, there's not a lot of talking involved. Just kind of like, come on, would you just consider it? Seriously, consider it. Let's see. Outcome. Wow. We're going to really struggle with this. This is Seven of Swords energy and the outcome. I can't even describe the feeling I'm getting right now, guys. And I fancy myself as being so articulate, but wow. What keeps me awake at night is not the things that I'm thinking of. It's that I'm thinking about what is it that I'm not seeing? What is it that I not do? What did I totally miss in my education, in my worldview, in my belief systems, which I try to keep to a minimum? But it's this deep nagging feeling of you can't know everything, And what's her name? Molly McCord was saying, I was listening to her today, and I got to go back and watch the videos she's referring to because I have an idea what houses. But she said, you can't tell everything in astrology chart, but there's certain things that you kind of can. But there's always things that you can never tell. Now, unless you're full-on psychic, and psychics tell me I'm wrong, but there's things get by you. So you only are going to know, ultimately, I think, what Spirit wants you to know. And I think if we take this advice, and we are going to take this advice, why are we going to take this advice? Because we're triumphant and we're going to win. So however this goes down, we are going to be victorious. Okay? Warriors of love. That's just how it is. And it's going to be having to channel a harsher aspect of ourselves than maybe we've ever channeled in our entire life. Because part of this is going to be, we're going to meet some kind of betrayal. So I hate to be the ones to just over and over in the readings, but this is very clear, very clear. It happens. Astrology chart. I was trying to tell someone, Pluto represents death, among many things. Wild animals eating you alive, horrible carnage on the roadside, bodies being ripped apart. All of the energy, the good, the bad, the indifference, all of the chart. It's just us. It's just life. So there are evil people in the world. I have a really hard time with this, guys. But I have a real strong sense when I'm around people instantaneously now. I doubt anyone will fool me. I just look them in the eyes, and there's no doubt in my mind. But nevertheless, this is going to crop up, and this is going to be a little bit of a problem because remember, Six of Wands, triumphant, okay? But we're going to have to put a sword to this. So it's strong advice for this reading. I appreciate Spirit's very clear reading. When you sense this person, I think you will, sort out, okay? No one has the right to threaten you. No one. There's no excuse for abuse. I'm sure you go back in this person's past, God only knows what horrors were visited upon them. But that gives them no right, to hurt or abuse anyone else, and certainly not us. The Queen of Swords comes out and takes care of this. And she looks pretty quiet there, but Queen of Swords, she gets to it. She'll take care of it. And she takes care of it in a very precise way, I believe. In other words, this will be handling it verbally, and you'll be thinking it through. You'll be very clear about what to do, and the way you will do it verbally will be precise and masterful. Okay? That's how the Queen of Swords would do it. There's not a lot of theater. There's not a lot of extra energy. There's not a lot of extra, okay? It's just straight up takes care of business. And this goes bye-bye. And this is not to be taken lightly. It just reminds me, you want to always manifest and keep your vibes high. But just because you're spiritual doesn't mean you don't have to work. Doesn't mean you have to eat food. Doesn't mean there's not bad people that might want to take you off, on many levels. So what is the advantage of being spiritual? We have tarot to guide us. We have so many things to guide us. We have our own intuition. I think like the second you lay eyes on this, I was about to say thing. The second you lay eyes on this thing, person, you'll know. And just remember what I was saying about how my intuition is failing me, so I've got that in mind. I got a warning from spirit, okay? And, I'm taking it seriously. I'm just like, I'm cantankerous, and I'm still bucking a little. But this is where we're going to want to listen to our intuition. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.